head, neck, backbone straight. Let us withdraw our mind from all the past, whatever has happened, keeping only the learnings with us. And the main learning of Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, all our text is only one, which Bhagavan has given in the first two verses itself, is I am not the body, mind, intellect, and my real nature is pure existence, consciousness, infinite bliss. Let us let go all future anxieties, present confusions, tensions which belong to body, mind, intellect, Kshetra. Let us keep our body still, mind cheerful and alert, intellect clear. And let us invoke God's grace and Guru Parampara's blessing to keep us on this path and keep our memory alert so that we can remember our real nature. That is what is the essence of the 13th chapter, what we are discussing. So let us chant loudly. Om.
Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamatsu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gajananam Bhutaganaatisevitam Kavittajambupalasaravakshitam Umasutam Shokavinashakaranam Namami Vigneshwara Padapankajam Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir me sada. अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव। शिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हरि ओम्
Hari Om. Thank you, Lata Rajshekhar-ji. Hari Om to all. So we are doing very interesting chapter, 13th chapter summary, Kshetra Khetrajna Vibhag Yoga, distinction between the knower and the known. The difference between Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasam is this, that Shravan is hearing plus understanding the essence of what we are right now focusing on. If I get the essence, then that is the purpose of Shravan. Manan means I must get the implication of it and I must be convinced. Second step, sometimes we do not do because we don't get that opportunity to discuss or reflect on it. So in the Manan, I get convinced and I understand the implication of it. And Nididhyasanam is experiencing and being that, what is indicated, what I've understood, and what I'm convinced about. So here Bhagavan, in the first verse, that is the second verse of the 13th chapter, has taken away 50% of our problems in life. Suppose we understand the implications. What is the verse Bhagavan has mentioned? Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetram Ityabhidhiyate Etadyo Vetitam Prahu Kshetrajna Iti Tad Vidaha. That means Bhagavan says that Kshetra is the body, Shariram is the Kshetra, and the knower of the body is Kshetrajna. So definitely 50% of our problems are gone this moment. Suppose I do Manan, because Bhagavan has said that you are not the body, you are the knower of the body. Finish. Bhagavan has taken away 50% problem. So henceforth, I should not say this is spinning, that is spinning. Body, we are going to learn further. Bhagavan is going to add in that. And then I am old. What can I do? Because that belongs to body. As we talk about mobile phone, no, this mobile phone, needs repair now, needs change. Same thing we can talk about body. So 50% of our problem is gone. I am not the body, I am the knower of the body. This is the implication of Manan, of verse number 2 in Kshetra Khetrajna Vibhag Yoga. And then he adds further Ananda or happiness to us by saying, Kshetrajnam Chapimam Vidhi Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata. That I am the Kshetrajna, I am the knower of all bodies. So now this, if I understand, as Gurudev mentioned, as Bhagavan has mentioned in the third verse here, is that Kshetra Khetrajna Yor Jnanam Yattad Jnanam Matam Mama. This, if I understand the implication, job is done. Then what is to be done? I have to just sit quiet after the class and reflect on it till it becomes my experience. So I must give some time for reflection, immediately not get into some action of breakfast, lunch, and day-to-day activities, because some time of reflection is required. So what is the main thing? That there are two Kshetrajna, one is called as illuminator and one is called as the knower. I am the knower. of the body, mind, intellect, and through body, mind, intellect, I know the world. So the body, mind, intellect becomes the window, as in the last video we saw of Gurudev, that body, mind, intellect is the window, but window also is not me. And Bhagavan says that I am the illuminator of the knower. The knower itself is the reflected sun, the reflected consciousness called as Chidabhasa. So I am illusory. The I notion is illusory because it disappears in the deep sleep. It doesn't remain constant. So once I am deeply convinced that that I notion is illusory, then all my problems are solved only because all problems are to the illusory knower. The actor, while acting in the film, clearly knows that I am not going to die, even though there is a dying scene in Sholay. Amitabh Bachchan's name is Vijay, and he has died in many movies. Diwar movie, Sholay movie, he dies. But Amitabh Bachchan knows that I am not Vijay who is dying in the movie. So he goes home and enjoys with all his family after doing that scene. So very, very inspiring knowledge that. So I have to ask myself that all these problems belong to whom? All these relationships belong to whom? All this happiness, all this knowledge, all this ignorance, when I say belongs to whom? When I say I want moksha, I want to liberate, I want enlightenment, who is that I? Bhagavan says that I is me only, and I am already realized. And now further Bhagavan is going to emphasize on this, and that is our manan, what we must do. So all our problems are sorted out because Bhagavad Gita and Vedanta doesn't remove our problems, but remove the problemer only. Doesn't remove our doubt, but removes the doubter only. Doesn't remove suffering, but removes the sufferer only. That is the beauty of Bhagavad Gita with this Vedantic knowledge. If I do manan, then I must remember this, that there are two Kshetrajna, and one is the real, Bhagavan is saying I am that, and one is illusory, I. And that's the reason, who am I is one important question I must ask. Whenever I am having any problem, I must say, who is having the problem? I am having the problem. This I itself is illusory. Once I know it, I can handle objectively. That is very important. Handling objectively is important rather than handling subjectively. So with that, we have understood the essence of Bhagavad Gita, the essence of 13th chapter. And now we will take up the topic where Bhagavan describes who is the Kshetra. What is Kshetra? Kshetrajna Bhagavan has given, there are two Kshetrajnas. One is knower and one is illuminator. Drashta and Sakshi. But now we will discuss about Kshetra. What belongs to Kshetra? What is Kshetra? What is its origin? What is its modification? And Lord says, okay, I will tell you in brief, because this I have already explained, but I will give you a brief summary of what belongs to Kshetra. Now we have to pay attention, because what Bhagavan is putting in Kshetra, that is the field. He takes us everything what we know, what we are considering as myself and mine. He says that belongs to the field, but you are the knower of the field. So Bhagavan is going to make a zero here, and then that zero will become hero. That is the process. So now 24 elements are given and Bhagavan has added 7. 24 things is Kshetra, field. Now we have to pay attention what Bhagavan has put in the Kshetra, because the chapter's name is Kshetra Khetrajna Vibhag Yoga. We have to separate. So now we must know what belongs to Kshetra, and I am the Kshetrajna, and Bhagavan says that he is the Kshetrajna. So 5 elements, space, air, fire, water, earth, that belongs to Kshetra. So 5 things are happening. Mahabhuta. 5 objects of senses: smell, taste, sound, vision, touch. That is Kshetra. That is not me. That is Kshetra. Because this is what is our world is, and we get so fascinated by smell, taste, sound, vision, touch. When somebody says that I want to experience this, I want to experience this, I want to go there and see this, I want to go there and experience this, I want to go there and listen to this, I want to go to that restaurant and eat this, I want to go to that drama and see this, I want to go to that movie and see this, I want to go to that Switzerland and that place to see that. That is basically everything Bhagavan has added as smell, taste, sound, vision, touch. Then 5 sense organs: nose, tongue, ears, eyes, skin, are Kshetra, not me, because I can know what is happening in the nose, I can know what is happening in the skin. 5 organs of actions: hands, legs, genital, excretion, voice, all belongs to Kshetra. 1 mind, that also Kshetra. Yes, yes. So whatever happens in the mind, I know, because the principle what we have to apply is whatever I know, that belongs to Kshetra, because I am the knower. Knower of the field is Kshetrajna. So constantly I must do this meditation. Okay, I can know the mobile phone, I can know the laptop, so I am not the laptop and mobile phone. Okay. I can know my shirt and pant, because that coming closer, I am not my dress. Okay. I can know what is happening in my body. The body is restless, the body is sound, the body is unhealthy, body is old, body is young. So I am not the body. I can know what is happening in my mind. Constantly the mind is at peace, mind is agitated, mind is sorrowful, mind is depressed, mind is compassionate. All belongs to Kshetra only. And that's the reason we must come to Vedantic knowledge, because many people think just becoming peaceful, just becoming compassionate, just becoming loving, just becoming happy is the goal. No, no, no. That all belongs to Kshetra. I am different from it. 1 intellect, 1 buddhi. I can know my thoughts, I can know my ideas, I can know my opinions, I can know my judgments. All belong to Kshetra, Kshetra field. 1 ego, the I notion. How do I say I? Ego also belongs to Kshetra. Because I know that I am this, I have to pay attention and meditate. When I sit, when I am going in the dark room, I cannot know many things which are there in the dark room, but definitely suppose somebody asks us, are you there? Yes, yes, I am there. No, no, in deep sleep you were not there because you were not aware of yourself. No, after getting up, I say that I had a sound sleep. I was there in the deep sleep also. So I know that I am. Now here the law what we are applying is the knower has to be separate than the known. Kshetra Khetrajna Vibhag Yoga. Kshetra is the field and Kshetrajna is the knower. Now I don't have to just listen and by heart this verse. I have to think, because the more I think, more I do manan, I will be out of it. जो देखता है वो छूटता है, जो भोगता है वो अटकता है. So one of the meditation technique in all religions is to observe, because the observer becomes separate than the observed. So this becomes how many? 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 3. And then Bhagavan has added 1 Prakriti, unmanifest primordial, which operates through 3 gunas. So that becomes 24. So 24 thing Bhagavan has added in the Kshetra. So what is belonging to me, Bhagavan? It is gone. You have put everything in the field only. My mind also is field, my ego also is field, my intellect also is field, my intellect, my body also is field. But I am the knower of it. What a beautiful thing. So now very important one. I have to take deep breath and then I have to convince myself in the manan that I can exist without my body. I can exist without my mind. I can exist without my intellect. What a relief, because all the time the tragedy, sorrow, suffering is about some loss only. Loss about what? What does that does not belong to me. Body, mind, intellect, ego, cannot exist without me, but I can exist without body, mind, intellect, ego. Even I notion is not required because I am the real I. I am the real sun, not the reflected sun. The real sun can exist without the reflected sun, but reflected sun cannot exist without the real sun. This example we had taken. Even the world is not there, I can exist. So, when we come to Bhagavad Gita, Vedanta, our entire belief system changes. I think I was born in this world, but then I realized that I create this world. Before coming to Bhagavad Gita, I think I am the body, mind, intellect. Whatever happening in body, mind, intellect, happening in me, happens to me. Here Bhagavan says, no, 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 that belongs to the field. Kshetra. Now Bhagavan has added 7 more things here. Ichha, Dvesha, Sukha, Dukkham, Sanghat, Chetana, Dhruti. Etak Kshetra Samasena. So now 7 things are added here along with these 24 things. So 24 plus 7, 31 things Bhagavan has said. This is Kshetra. So now we have to remember, we have to go back after this verse and see all belongs to Kshetra and I am not this. So what is Vedantic meditation? Vedantic meditation is only 2 words, negate and assert. As Gurudev used to mention, attach and detach. So I have to say, oh, all this thing is not me. I am the knower of it. The knower has to be separate. So slowly, slowly, when I start saying, before experiencing, I have to start saying, because whatever I say slowly, slowly starts becoming the truth. And then my saying becomes the belief becomes the conviction becomes the faith, and the faith becomes experience. Then I can see, okay, I can see my body. As Ramana Maharshi was lying in his room, and then suddenly he saw that, okay, I can see Ramana Maharshi down. Oh, that who am I? That is where his question came. He was able to see his body, mind. And then he asked that question, okay, I can see this body. Who am I? And then that question came. Then he realized that I am not this body, I am not this mind. The body was lying there. When he extremely got worried or fearful about the death, and then he slept like a death body, how the body is there after death, and then the separation happened. So now we are going to see this definitions also. Ichha, Dvesha, Sukha, Dukkham. So till now we were thinking that my whole goal is to become happy in this world. Now Bhagavan has suddenly put a googly and said, no, 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 that is not the goal. That belongs to Kshetra. That belongs to field. You are the knower of the field. You just know, okay, dukkha aa gaya, sukha aa gaya, then desire comes, then hatred comes, anger comes, it goes. You just now start separating yourself from all these things. Do not get attached to all these things. So, Chetana aggregate, that is Sanghata, then desire, fortitude, pleasure, pain. These are the 7 things what has been added here. And hatred. So, we will just discuss this. Why Bhagavan has suddenly taken these emotions also along with this, because we are so attached to our emotions. No, no, I will do what I feel. I'm not feeling good. My mood is not there. This, that, and then our whole life goes into having more and more emotions on. I don't like this, I like this. I enjoy this, I don't enjoy this. Bhagavan says all that belongs to Kshetra, but you are the knower of that Kshetra. And that knower also is illusory. You are the real illuminator. You just illumine like sun. That distinction I must keep always in the mind. That knower of all these things is illusory, like the reflected sun. So here Bhagavan has made us zero. The knower is the illusory, and all these things doesn't belong to me. That is not me. It just comes in front of me, it just goes. So we'll just analyze this word by word. So Chetana. Chetana means reflected consciousness. Bhagavan says that also is not you. You are not you only. No, but who is listening? I am listening. That listener is illusory. So I should stop listening? No, no, no. I must keep listening to a point where that knower disappears in the waking state, and that is called as enlightenment. When the knower disappears in the waking state, only one illuminator remains. These are English words. The best English words which can get closest to what we can understand is the knower and the illuminator. Reflected consciousness. Chetana means reflected consciousness. Bhagavan says that also you are not. I am not the reflected sun. I am the real sun. So I notion gives the power to intelligence, and that is a thought. Even I notion is a thought. Gives sentiency to the intellect, to the mind, to the body, and then through that we are able to say that, oh, I can experience this world. So consciousness flows through my intellect, my mind, my thoughts, my actions to the world, and I can say, oh, I can see, I can hear, I can taste, because there is consciousness connection there. But I am not all these things, and I must not get involved in this. I must get involved in this. I must not get entangled in this. Like the father and mother playing with the child with a balloon. The father, mother are not so attached to the balloon. If the balloon breaks, the father laughs. Child cries. If one marble is stolen, if one marble is lost, the child cries. Father laughs. No, no, I will give you more marbles. So I am not that. Even the Chetana, the reflected consciousness, that I notion on which everything we are singing, I. How many times we see I in our day-to-day life? I am doing this. I am not the doer. I am not the enjoyer. I am not the I also. I am the real I, the illuminator. Reflected sun makes water warm. Red hot iron ball is glowing due to heat. These are the examples, which is not the dharma of the iron ball. The body, mind, intellect are inert. Like the world, it only gets sentiency through that I notion, reflected consciousness, reflected sun. And that reflected sun is getting the consciousness from the real sun. Now, one question to all of us. Suppose we keep a bucket of water in the sun, 12 o'clock. Can we say that the water is becoming warm with the reflection of the sun? Yes. But that reflected sun is reflection of the real consciousness, the real sun. When we cook rice, the rice is heated by the water is heated in the pot is heated by the fire. This is a classic example, and all this thing is known. So the world of object is illumined by my senses. My senses are illumined by my breath. My breath is illumined by my mind. My mind is illumined by my intellect. My intellect is illumined by I notion, and the I notion is illumined by Bhagwan. Kshetrajnam chapimam viddhi. I am the illuminator. So that is how I start meditating. I start doing manan. And it is all known. So it is Kshetra. So we are proving that it is Kshetra. It belongs to the Kshetra, because Bhagavan has put all this thing in one bracket and said this is Kshetra. Now you discuss about it. Aggregate, Sanghat. Sanghat means body. Body is basically accumulation of food. Mind is accumulation of thoughts. It's accumulation. We have gathered it from outside. Finally, it has been said that when the body dies, it becomes food. It becomes the top layer of the earth, and body exists because of the top layer of the earth, because we eat whatever is there on the earth. And then again, this body goes in as becomes the food. Like it has been said that the bird eats the worm, and the worm eats the bird. How? When the bird dies, the worms comes and eat it. And this body goes through 6 modifications. First of all, asti coming into existence. In the 2nd month, when we say the body is formed, the jiva comes when in the 2nd, 3rd month in the in the stomach. The jiva searches which womb. So that is the asti, existence of me. And then jayate, birth, vardhate, growth, viparinamate, reproduction, apakshate, age matures, then vinashyati, death. Now when all these things are belonging to the body, why I must get worried? I must say, okay, all these things is going to happen. No, no, I'm becoming old. Now legs are not made. It is going to happen. One part is going to become infirm. That is how Bhagavan has made this 6 modification. I must be actually happy. Oh, all these 6 modification I am experiencing. What a beautiful thing. And this is called as graceful aging. There is a concept. There are books on this. Graceful aging. Otherwise, most of the people who are getting old, they become bitter and bitter, then better and better. All these things belongs to the body, not me. I am the observer of the body. So it is Kshetra, because it is having 6 modification. I can know, I can see, so today's homework is what I must go home, or I am at home only. I must take out my album and say I was looking 5-year-old, how I was looking, 10-year-old, how I was looking, 20-year-old when I got married, 25, and after marriage, what happened? How I'm looking now, and now at 50, 60, how am I looking? But I was there. I know. So that belongs to the Kshetra, because I am the knower of this. Desire, Ichcha, created by, what is desire? Desire gets created, very important. When we superimpose happiness on that object, very important point to by heart remember, do manan. Object doesn't create desire. Like Guruji says, when we go to a mall, all objects, we don't get attracted. We only buy, we get attracted to that dress. Suppose we are going to buy the dress. We only go to the shoe shop if I want to buy the shoe. We don't go to a cigarette shop. Those who are vegetarian don't enter a non-veg restaurant to eat, because that doesn't attract me only. So now very important, what is Ichcha? Created by superimposing happiness on the object. I superimpose that this object has happiness. This person is my source of happiness. If this person goes, I cannot live, I cannot exist. This is very important to understand. If this is, we actually take, we should take this Bhagavad Gita to everybody, because most of the suicide analysis when people have done, most of the suicide happens because of some depression created by some relationships. A person fails in the exam, not that a person is afraid of that failure. How will I face the world? Relationships. I am superimposing happiness on that objects, on that person, on that situation. So senses come in contact with the object and the desire is created when I superimpose. Dhyayate Vishayan Punsa. We learn that in Bhagavad Gita by constant pondering over that. And then there is a memory-based happiness, that I had experienced this object, this restaurant, this movie, this person. This is very important to do manan on this, because I have a recorded impression, samskara, in my mind, what is called as vasana, that this is the real taste of filter coffee. It is already recorded. And now whatever comes in before me, I compare unknowingly with that filter coffee. And I say it is good or bad. Whenever I say good or bad, it is in comparison with something else what is already been recorded. Now when we take this back, I already have a memory of infinite happiness, because I am that. So whatever happiness comes in the world, I will say, no, 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 I am not so happy, because it is flittering, because I am already happiness, and that happiness is infinite happiness. So desire is known. I know I have these desires. People make this bucket list. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to visit here. I want to see this. I want to listen to this. I want to learn this. I want to know this. I want to learn, do this. So this is a bucket list. So desire, this is a desire. And desire is known. So it belongs to Kshetra. And now what I have to say? Some people say, no, no, no. But I will get moksha after 10 lives, after 4 lives. Now here Bhagavan says, why are you thinking that you have a desire? Okay, desire is there, but I am not it. I am Kshetrajna. I am just knower of it. If it gets fulfilled, it's good. If it doesn't get fulfilled, very good, because anyhow, it is not me. Very powerful one. To do manan. No, till this desire is not fulfilled, my life is wasted. I would have got this Bhagavad Gita knowledge earlier. I would have known this particular thing earlier before marriage. So some desires are unfulfilled, some desires are fulfilled, but both belong to Kshetra. I am the knower of the Kshetra. This is how I do Manan. So I told in the beginning of this session that Manan means I must see the implications of this in my day-to-day life. And second objective of Manan is becoming convinced about it. Because Manan will make me convinced. Dhriti means will, fortitude. This is determination. All these things must be there. Mumukshatvam, intense desire to liberate. But that also belongs to Kshetra. This is the determination that keeps the constituent, Sanghat, active and focused on a particular direction. And my direction is now to separate Kshetra and Kshetrajna. That's all. It is the will that enables to achieve the goal. Dedication, commitment, all this comes in the will. So now my goal is to separate what I am and what I am not. To separate the knower and the known, and all the problem belongs to the known. It has been mentioned in many texts here that suppose I think myself as my shadow. So many problems. No, my shadow, when I was walking, my shadow fell in gutter, so I got dirty. Are? No, when I was walking, somebody spat and that fell on my shadow, so I got dirty. How can we say? That is my shadow. Now, this is life transforming knowledge. So, first is information, very important one, that is Shravan. Then Manan is knowledge. And then Nididhyasam, there is transformation. And this transformation can happen in 1 minute. It takes 1 minute for the dreamer to become waker. So now this is a quality of intellect and mind which energizes us. We must maintain it. But at the same time, now I know that all this belongs to the Kshetra, not me. I am the knower of it. Sukham, very important one, because people say the goal of life is to become happy. Bhagavan says that also belongs to the Kshetra, but you are the knower of the Sukha. Because I say, no, I am very happy, but that time I was unhappy, but tomorrow I will be unhappy if I lose this. No, all this thing is known. So what is Sukha? When I get what I want. What is Dukkha? When I don't get what I want. Simple definition. But in 13th chapter, Bhagavan says, both belong to Kshetra, not you. You are the Kshetrajna. And what is the nature of Kshetrajna? Pure existence, pure consciousness, infinite bliss, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. So both, I am not interested Sukha and Dukkha, because suppose I do Papa, I will experience Dukkha. Suppose I do Punya, I will experience Sukha, but both will be binding. For a Vedantic student, both are same. Aversion and hatred. When someone else get what I want, is hatred or aversion. All these words are coming in that. Basically, whom I get angry upon, whom I hate, is a person who has got what I wanted. So Sukham is when I get what I want. Dukkham is when I don't get what I want. And if someone else get, then there is envy, hatred, jealousy, revenge, anger. All these things belongs to Kshetra, field. So bacha kya abhi? As we discussed, this Kshetra Vibhag Yoga will remove one card from that bungalow what we are creating of our life, the entire drama is taken out by one card. Bhagavan says, you are not you only. So that means I am zero. I should not do anything. No, no, no. Bhagavan is going to give us one more line of thought. Because if I listen to all these things, and what to do? Shunya. I am Shunya. I am zero. No, no, but this life is so maja maja. Something is happening. I like that. All these things belongs to Kshetra. You made me zero, Bhagavan, but now Bhagavan is going to make us hero. So, idle mind is devil's workshop. Empty mind is God's workshop. All saints, they say ki khali ho jao, become empty. Empty of your own drama, your own thoughts, your own emotions, your own stories. Become empty of it, and that is meditation. When you become empty, mano nasha, then जहां मैं है वहां हरि नहीं, जहां जहां हरि है वहां मैं नहीं. That मैं have to remove. कबीरदास जी says, जहां मैं है वहां हरि नहीं, जहां हरि है वहां मैं नहीं. There cannot be. So that मैं is the illusory knower, that Hari is the real Kshetrajna, Kshetrajna number 1. And that मैं is the Kshetrajna number 2, reflected consciousness. So what is Kshetra? Known, finite, changing, inert, anatma, not me. I am the knower of it. So what is the meditation I must do? This is a Vedantic meditation. I must sit quietly after this session. Okay, let me see what is me, what is not me. What is the formula I must use? Whatever I know, that is not me. Whatever I experience, that is not me. Whatever I can observe, that is not me. Whatever I can witness, that is not me. Whatever I can perceive, that is not me. And why should I be bothered about what is not me? I must take care of it, but I must not get worried about it. This is the cause of suffering. All that is known is not me. I was holding on to all this thing as me and mine. Like that story is there. There is this eagle who was holding a mutton piece and flying. And there were 20 crows behind that eagle. This happens many times. You can see next time you can watch this. The eagle is not at peace. Eagle is running here and there, though it is eagle, but still it cannot do anything because it is holding on to that mutton piece. And there are 25 crows after that. Not eagle, that mutton. Then it runs here and there. It goes on this tree, that tree. The crows are following and it is making so much of noise. Finally, the eagle does one thing. It just drops that mutton piece. And that mutton piece goes out of that eagle's mouth. All the crows go towards that. And then eagle says, peace. Now, do not go and take this example in another way. Oh, do you mean to say that eagle should not eat? No, no, eagle should eat. What doesn't belong to me, if I am holding, it is going to give us sorrow. Another story. There was one, this is a real life story. In one ashram, one realized person was there. He had one shishya, many shishyas there. That shishya told him one day that I am there with you for 10 years, 12 years. But still I am not enlightened. I have not got what you have got. 10 years, 15 years I have been here. I have been listening to all these things. So the realized saint didn't say anything. Next day morning, they had a ritual of going to a river to take bath. So they went to take a bath. Both of them were returning back after taking bath. Suddenly the guru ran and held a tree and then started shouting, release me, release me, release me, release me from this bondage, release me from this bondage. Started shouting loudly. The Shishya told, what are you shouting? You are holding the tree. The tree is not holding you. And the Guru smiled and said, that is the answer to your question. Why you are not enlightened, why you are not realized, why you are not having moksha yet, because you are holding to something what is not belonging to you. So now, any person who is underprepared would say that everything you have taken away from me. You have taken away 5 senses, you have taken my body, you have taken my all world, Prakriti, you have taken my mind, you have taken my intellect, you have taken my desire, you have taken my happiness, you have taken my sorrow, you have taken my Chetana, I notion also. So who am I? You have made me zero, I am nothing. Bhagavan says, no, 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 you are the knower of that nothing. You are the knower of that zero. You are the knower remains. Because all these things belongs to the field. You are the Kshetrajna, you are the illuminator. So we are going to see one video by Gurudev and then we will close on this. Gold chain minus gold.
Gold and chain minus gold, what remains? Gold chain. Gold gone, gold gone, it's cancelled. What remains? Chain. Oh. Eh? Knower of the field minus the field. Field gone. What remains? Knower. Knowing what? There is no field. So I, the vanity that I am the knower, becomes knowledge, by which I knew things when they were there. Isn't it? Knower of the field minus the field cancelled. What remains is not a knower. Because I cannot be the perceiver, feeler, thinker, knowing the objects, emotions and thoughts. Because objects, emotions, thoughts have been removed. So there cannot be a knower. Then what remains? That by whose grace I was conscious, perceiver, feeler, thinker. Isn't it? When the bulb has fused, it doesn't mean electricity is gone. Remove the bulb. If you've got a doubt, remove the bulb and put your hand where the bulb was. You'll understand, it is still there. Yes. But in the bulb there was no expression. That electricity functioning through the BMI manifests as PFT, the perceiver, feeler, thinker, and the perceiver, feeler, thinker perceived, felt and thought of the world of objects, emotions and thoughts. When these are removed, the experiencer is no more. The knower of the field minus the field, it becomes pure knowledge. By the light of which every living being in the world outside is becoming, gaining their knowledge of their own different experiences. This 13th chapter, very, very highly logical. Even the scientists had to bow down if you explain the logic behind it. I've done it. some of the greatest scientists in Boston, MIT. So 13th chapter, a few verses when you start,
So the knower of the field minus the field remains the pure knowledge, Brahman, Atma, real Kshetra. So I am the perceiver, feeler, thinker. That entity itself is illusory. So with the known, the knower also goes, and what remains is illuminator. Assume Kshetrajna is the ego experiencer, PFT. We are analyzing what Gurudev has mentioned. Perceiver, feeler, thinker. Window, body, mind, intellect. Also Kshetra, main knowledge in 13. That also is Kshetra, object of emotions and thoughts perceived by our senses. That also is world. Real Kshetrajna is equal to perceiver, feeler, thinker minus BMI plus OET. That is what? Gold chain minus gold. Nothing remains. But the knower of both remains. The illuminator of both remains. So what is Atma? Now this is what I have to remember, the essence, the illuminator, that is I am. That illumines the ego, that is the knower, which is illusory. The knower illumines the intellect illumines the mind intellects the body senses, and the body senses illumines the world, and I say that I experience the world. So when the world disappears, the knower of the world also disappears, and what remains is pure consciousness, that is the knowledge, what Gurudev told, pure existence and infinite bliss, and that is me. So now again our basic belief has been challenged here, that I always think that world is only the source of happiness for me. Here what is being told is that I can remain without the world, I can remain without the body, mind, intellect, I can remain without perceiving, feeling, thinking. And when I remain there, that is the real knowledge, jnanam, because that is the pure consciousness, pure existence, infinite bliss. So this is the main theme of the 13th chapter. Now what happens that I have understood this, but I have not experienced this. So now to experience this, Bhagavan is going to give us one technique, because Bhagavan says that yes, if you want to boil milk, now a very important point before we close. After this session, we are going to boil milk and have tea or coffee, most of us. Mostly, however rich or poor one may be, we normally do not boil the milk in the same vessel where we have cooked sambar with onions. Normally the milk vessel is different. Now we have to pay attention. What we are listening to this knowledge from 7:30 to 8:30, the vessel is mind only, and the same vessel we are cooking non-veg, the same vessel we are cooking sambar, and the same vessel we are boiling the milk. And that's the reason sometimes the milk gets spoiled, because we do not have separate vessels, we have only one vessel. So Bhagavan says, okay, you have understood this, but what you have collected this knowledge and information in the vessel of mind, but the mind is already having onion smell and garlic smell, and some time back there was non-veg cooked, and now you are adding this knowledge. It is getting mixed up, so you require some detergents to clean the vessel properly before you put this pure milk kind of knowledge. Dudha Ganga. It has been called as, in Dhyana Shloka of Bhagavad Gita, it is called as milk. So now after this, the logic portion is completed. I have understood. If I have not understood, I have to do manan. Even after I have understood, I have to constantly ponder, because Bhagavan is saying is that you are not the body, mind, intellect, you are not the perceiver, feeler, thinker. You are not the sufferer. You are that which is illuminating this body, mind, intellect, which is perceiving this world through this window, but I am separate from it. And that is Kshetra Khetrajna Vibhag Yoga. So this chapter is very interesting. If I can just sit quietly for some time and do manan on this. And after this, Bhagavan is going to give us detergents, different kind of detergents to clean the vessel, because the challenge with us is that we are using the same vessel for non-veg, same vessel for making sambar with onion and garlic, and the same vessel we come here and sit, listen to Bhagavad Gita. And that's the reason this question henceforth we must not ask, कि no, I have been listening for long, but कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है. वो knowledge, sometimes the milk gets spoiled. You can try today that experiment. Cook sambar with onion, garlic and all this thing, and after that, just rinse the vessel by water and then boil the milk in it. See what happens. That is what happens. I listen to Bhagavad Gita for 1 hour. Next minute, I am cooking sambar and cooking non-veg in it. And then this knowledge gets diluted. And so Bhagavan in the next further verses is going to give us different detergents. We will see what are the different detergents to clean this vessel. The mind must be kept pure, constantly at the back of the mind. This I have to keep it clean, otherwise it will become dirty and I will not experience it. That knowledge, that jnanam, what Gurudev mentioned. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.